Hi guys, Connor here, and today we're going to be talking about the weekends and whether or not they're ruining your progress. We all enjoy relaxing at the weekend and unwinding a little bit, having some snacks. I'm as guilty as anyone here. However, the weekends could be the thing that is ruining your progress and your fat loss. So when you're putting all that hard work in Monday to Friday, you don't want to be ruining this at the weekend. Now, generally, Monday to Friday, people are pretty routine. You're at work, so your meal plan or diet plan that's going to be congruent to your goals, it's going to be fitted around that lifestyle usually, and it's going to work in well. However, when the weekend comes, this is when people tend to not have the same sort of structure. Your days are slightly different. You maybe go visiting friends and family, and whether you mean it or not, you're kind of undoing a lot of the hard work that you've done during the week. So no matter what type of diet you're following, there's one principle. There has to be a calorie deficit, which means the amount of calories coming in is less than the amount of calories going out. Okay, so let's say your maintenance calories were 2,300. What that would mean is if you ate that amount of calories every day, you wouldn't gain any fat, but you also wouldn't lose any fat either. Now, most people that are going to be watching this are going to be looking to lose body fat, so you'd want to be in a calorie deficit. So I've set this made up person's calorie deficit to 1,900, so that's a deficit of 400 calories per day, which basically means when you look at the graph here, we've got calories out, they're up at roughly about 2,300, and calories in are down about roughly 1,900. So that means we're in 400 calories of a deficit. If you times that by 7 throughout the course of the week, we're looking at roughly 2,800. Hope my maths is good there. 2,800 calories of a deficit. Okay, you need roughly 3,500 calories of a deficit to burn a pound of fat. So this person here should roughly lose just under a pound of fat in a week. So the calories in is going to come from the foods that you eat, and they're going to come from the drinks that you drink as well, and basically anything you put in your mouth that has calories in it. Calories out, on the other hand, they come from a few different sources. You've got your resting metabolic rate, which is the amount of calories your body burns at complete rest, okay? You've got your non-exercise activity, so you've got things like the amount of steps you do in a day, things that you do at work, and things like that. And you've got your exercise activity as well, so the amount of exercise you're doing. You do get a little bit of calories burnt from the thermic effect of foods, which basically means the amount of calories foods burn by being digested, but it's very minimal, and I wouldn't count on that at all as a source of burning calories. Going back to this graph here, if you can see it on this whiteboard, because this thing was something I bought straight off Amazon. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. It's actually quite small. But anyway, so if you can see this graph here, you'll be able to see the bars at least. Basically, if this one here, calories in, was the way up here, we'd be having that opposite effect, okay? So there would be fat being gained then rather than being lost, because the amount of calories in is more than the amount of calories going out. So it really is just a simple equation. So you've got your calorie deficit, 1,900 calories. You made your plan that works in well with that. You've got the right amount of protein. And then Monday to Thursday, it's all going well. You stuck to the plan to a T. Now, Friday comes. That's when the fun begins. You get home, your partner's having that glass of wine with dinner. You think to yourself, you know what? I've stuck to my diet plan all week. I'm going to have that glass of wine with dinner. I enjoy a glass of wine, so I'm going to have it. But one turns into two, two turns into three, and three turns into, well, we might as well finish the other bottle. So that paired with like nibbling on your favourite snacks, crisps or whatever it is, that brings you up to maybe about 3,500 calories on the Friday night. Saturday morning comes, you're a wee bit hungover, feeling guilty about last night, so you think the best course of action here is to barely eat all day and make up for last night. So it comes to around about 5 o'clock, you haven't barely eaten, probably moved a hell of a lot less as well than you would during the week, and you're pretty hungry come 5 o'clock. So your son or something wants to get a takeaway. Because you're absolutely starving from starving yourself all day, you give in and you think to yourself, I'll maybe just have a healthy option from the Chinese. But your idea of a healthy option actually contained a lot more calories than you thought. And once you've had that so-called bad food, you think to yourself, well, I've went off plan anyway. Might as well have another couple of wines, might as well finish the crisps from last night, and might as well make the most of the weekend. Before you know it, that Saturday comes up to above 4,000 calories, which is easier done than you would imagine. Then on the Sunday, you wake up, you're feeling guilty a little bit, but you're going to start fresh from tomorrow because no one starts a diet on Sunday. So you might as well just eat whatever you like today. And before you know it, again here, you are over your calories, but you're not much over them, but you still are a little bit over them by the time you maybe go out for something to eat or have a Sunday roast or something like that. Now you can see what's happened here with the graph. Obviously you can see exactly what's happened. You stuck to your calories Monday through Thursday to a T, everything's been fine, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday they're all way up. Now taking a broader look at this, because it's always a good idea to take a broader view of how many calories you're taking in every day across the week rather than just looking at it day by day. Taking a broader look at this, your average calories are now 2,642 calories, which is 342 over your maintenance, which means over the course of the week you're actually going to be gaining body fat rather than losing it. So what's actually happening here? What is the problem? The problem's likely going to be one of the next few things. So it's either going to be the fuck it attitude, which means you had some foods that weren't on your plan or that you don't consider clean foods or healthy foods, and you decided, well, I've had, that glass of wine or I've had that packet of crisps, I might as well just go berserk now because I've had something that's totally off plan. And then people seem to end up going all out from here. Another option could be that your diet during the week is far too restrictive and you don't include any of the foods that you enjoy, and then when the opportunity to eat them comes up, you just totally jump at it. Or the third option is likely that you had a big event or something coming up at the weekend, maybe going out for a meal with family, and you never planned ahead. You never, factored that into your calories throughout the week. So how can we avoid this happening and going well above our average calories? So one of the things you can do is, if you know you're prone to overeating at the weekend, you can cut your calories during the week down from 1900 and you can allow a little bit more calories at the weekend. So for example, with the calories being 1900 here, you could have 5 days at 1520 calories and you could have 2 days at 2850 calories, which allows you a lot of wiggle room. And this means you can factor in some of the foods that you do enjoy, such as the wine, the crisps, or maybe even eating out. Now when you know that you have a big event coming up that you are going to overeat, you could basically just bank calories throughout the week. So using the same example again, basically you could have 6 days of 1550 calories and then 1 day of 4000 calories. The theme here is that by the end of the week, your average is going to be 1900 calories. It's not going to be over here, it's still going to be 1900 calories. And no matter how you split these, as long as your average is coming to 1900 calories, you will still lose body fat for that week. To create lasting change, we need some sort of balance. And with these options in mind, you'd be able to include the foods that you do enjoy, and therefore you'd be able to keep on plan for so much longer and therefore reach your goals. It might take a little bit longer than if you took a kind of stricter approach, but in the long term it is definitely going to be the better option. And these approaches are approaches I've used with many of my clients and I've had great success with, so it can work and it will work for you. So you can create a diet for yourself, including the foods that you want to include, eating a little bit more at the weekend, and basically enjoying your life a hell of a lot more while still losing body fat. So give this a try in your own diet, let me know how you get on, and as usual, if you've got any other questions, feel free to contact me on any of my socials, on Facebook, on Instagram, and please guys, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button.